appeared in the Seattle Times, Medscape, the Public Library of Science, Seattle Magazine, and the South Seattle Emerald. She's volunteered as the president of the nonprofit Northwest Science Writers Association. Everyone, please get your hands together for Sally.
So, if you're here, I can already tell you believe in math, you believe in chemistry and physics. Let's have, biology. But do you believe in communication and journalism? Because everything you've studied and learned, everything you read in a textbook, saw in a PowerPoint, was written by somebody. Writers everywhere helping get information to people about science, even the other scientists at a science conference, journalists who report the news, and behind the door, institutional people that answer the phone when the journalist calls and help get the story. At least there used to be those people. There used to be people at NOAA who could talk about the stranding of a whale on a beach or an oil spill. But funny, I took the monorail here with 2 ex-NOAA people. Something happened in the last year. There used to be communication experts at the National Institutes of Health or the Centers for Disease Control. People who knew something about every county in this great country, that knew, I wonder what the vaccination rate is in South Carolina. But those people are mostly gone. Those people used to help someone like me get a story. Unless you do this work, it's hard to see the absence of those people immediately, but I'm here to promise you we are all less able to learn right now about science because of those missing people. Both the people inside these organizations and the journalists on the outside. We have this measles outbreak that Dr. Schreier talked about. In the first few months of 2026, there's been 26 cases in Washington state, double all of last year. And in the United States, 1,100, slightly more in the last 48 hours. A disease that was declared eliminated in the year 2000. But you're probably not hearing so much about this right now, not in messages from the federal agencies that should be alerting you. Our own state public health department sent a notice about 48 hours ago about the 4 counties with outbreaks. But you might not be reading a long feature story on the cover of a magazine right now about this. But you should be, because you should be talking to your relatives about the babies and the 2-year-olds in your families. Many federal employees who once worked to get information to you in the right form, at the right time, are gone, and many journalists are gone too. We keep losing reporters and publications. The Washington Post recently laid off, I think, 100 reporters. National Geographic was bought by Disney and laid off its staff and became an online-only publication. Your ability to know what's happening is weaker because of these losses, but it is hard to see what's missing from a picture. I don't know, when I look at all of you, who isn't here. I only know who is. And there are plenty, you might feel like right now there's more information than there's ever been on the internet, but I'm just here to tell you it doesn't have the same depth if it doesn't have a reporter who's been doing it for, a few years and knows the questions to ask. If you take anything from my speech, support the news outlets that you find credible. And I don't just mean pay for a subscription and stop complaining about the paywall. Don't complain about the paywall. You tip the server at the restaurant, right? Because you want her to be able to rent a place to live and feed herself. and the nurses, and we want the journalists to be able to feed themselves too. So send news tips to journalists. It isn't hard. You'll find out that you can find their email, you can find them on Signal, you can write them anonymously. All of you here know a lot about science. If you read a bad story, write them immediately and say it was wrong. Don't keep it to yourself. And if you like something, say something about it on social media. The same way, I just think, if you appreciate Cal Raleigh, would you please appreciate some journalists as much as you appreciate a sports figure? Root for them. We need science journalism. Thank you.